Hi there Leo, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for July 6th to the 12th. Let's start here, Leo, by giving these oracle cards a good shuffle and seeing what your overarching theme or message is. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Let you think about that one, Leo, while I get the rest of these cards out to see what the rest of the picture is for the story that we are painting here. Oracle card, please, for Leo. Diana. Beautiful. Okay, I will read you that one in just a moment, Leo. I'm going to get these cards out. First of all, I'm going to draw a card for your recent past position. Energies leaving, completing, or transitioning. Knight of Wands. Some of you guys might have had a passionate offer, a message. Could be your energy as well here, Saggy, for sure. Let's get your current or focus energies out onto the table. Current or focus energies, please, for Sagittarius. Seven of Cups. Okay, there could be some confusion, there could be some disillusionment, or it can also mean, Saggy, that you just have a lot of opportunities at the moment or lots of choices to make. Can be feeling a little bit clouded in decision making. We have got the Chariot. Some of you might be moving on from a situation, moving towards something else that's in greater alignment for you. Let's get the clarifiers, and that will complete the message for us, Saggy. Let's clarify that Knight of Wands. We have got the Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely leaving something behind to potentially move towards something that I'm feeling is a better fit for you. Yeah, we've got the Star here as well, which can talk about rebirth, healing, recalibration, rebalancing of energy and emotions. Let's get the Chariot out to clarify the King of Swords. Yeah, look, there could have been a communication or a truth revealed or something like that that's been the key factor in you moving on underneath that Chariot energy. I've got the Seven of Crystals or Pentacles at the bottom of this deck here, Saggy. It could mean that there was a sense of a situation that you were putting a lot of work into and you weren't really happy with what you were getting back from that situation. Okay, Saggy, let's go to your cards here, your oracle cards. Now we have this Diana message here. Now it's one of the 8 stages of yoga, and it's about concentration and meditation with the intention to know the truth. Now the description's a little bit different here. It really talks about being the dancer of life, and when you are really in flow, when you're really aligned, that's when things feel really effortlessly and just kind of fall into place. So that's what it talks there. But I'm really, what I'm really drawn to in that is the intention to know the truth, because I feel like in the reading here there is a message of cutting through, of truths revealed, of anything that's been like illusionary or not materialized or confusing, kind of becoming more crystallized this week. Now we also have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Well, I feel that is the transition that you're going through this week. So, Saggy, I'm just going to start here in the recent past with the Knight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Crystals here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a situation in your life where you haven't been fulfilled with it. The Seven of Crystals or Pentacles is really about the fact that you've put all your effort and energy into it. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. You've had a certain amount of success or a certain amount of achievement in it, but you've kind of come to a point where you're feeling either a little bit apathetic or disappointed with what is being returned back to you into that situation. So you could be involved with another person in a relationship that's not putting in as much effort as you are. Maybe you're always having to initiate contact or hanging out, or you're the one that's always putting your feelings and your heart on the line first, and maybe they're not doing the same for you. It could be obviously in the workplace as well, feeling you know, maybe that there's nothing left to learn there, or that you're not getting the recognition or the rewards you deserve for the hard work, effort and energy that you're putting in. So there's a sense of you reassessing the quality in that, and reassessing whether that is actually fit for you anymore, if that really aligns or not. Now we have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands, because I really feel that you're getting ready here, Saggy, to move on, to charge forward onto a new frontier here. The Six of Swords is about making a necessary rite of passage, about moving on from something with a little bit of a heavy heart. So that's kind of ties into the fact that there is a sense of expectations that weren't fulfilled, a little bit of disappointment here as well. And it's kind of like one of those situations where you sort of have a bit of forced hand, and the only real decision that you can make is to move on. That's the Six of Swords. So the Knight of Wands, which is your energy, Saggy, tells me that, you know, you're really wanting to move on to something that's much more on purpose for you, that you feel, you know, really like lit up by, you know, you feel really passionate, that's, you know, you just feel all fiery about, back into your fire sign energy, because the Seven of Pentacles over here is a little bit of that apathetic energy. So I really feel like you're wanting to get your passion and purpose back. You're wanting to manifest something new that you feel like really inspired by. So that's what I'm seeing here. Big message of transition and moving on. Now I'm going to grab a clarifier for the Seven of Cups and the Star. There is a sense of confusion or disillusionment. There could be a fact there that you have been promised a new start, a new direction by somebody that hasn't materialized. So I'm just going to clarify that Seven of Cups, and I think that's why we have the Star here, because that's sort of like the healing or the rebalancing that comes after a disappointment. So I'm going to grab a clarifier for the Seven of Cups. You might have moved away from one situation or opportunity into something else, and then that wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. That didn't deliver. That's one thing that I'm feeling here. Yeah, I've got the Ace of Swords here. Beautiful. Yeah, look, I think there is definitely a theme here of a communication or a truth revealed. I feel like some of you might have moved away from one situation to move towards something else, but there's a sense that that new opportunity didn't quite materialize into the new beginning that you kind of hoped it would. And so, you know, we have the Ace of Swords here, which really indicates that that information came out, or there was a communication or something like that that brought it to your attention that this was never going to get off the ground. Now the Seven of Cups is about, it can be the hollow promises card, that's what I call it. It can be the disillusionment, the disappointment. It's kind of like the promises or the expectations that weren't fulfilled, things that didn't materialize. It can be pursuing an opportunity because it looks glossy on the outside or pays lots of money, or the person that's really good looking, but then when we look closer there's that lacking of substance, of true alignment for you. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's a sense that you pursued an opportunity and it wasn't what it was, you know, it wasn't what it seemed to be, and you've had that revelation, you've had that breakthrough, that truth has come to light, Saggy. And I think that's why we have the Star energy here, because the Star energy is that rebalancing, that healing, that recalibration. It's a beautiful sort of new start and a rebirth and a coming back to yourself. So I feel like this is the healing after the disappointment of that situation. The Star is also the card that follows on from the Tower in the tarot, so in the major arcana. So some of you may have had a tower moment. That's what it could have felt like for you, that big shattering of an illusion, and now you're sort of in the healing mode. It's the calm after the storm, but it says that the worst is over and you're moving into a place of greater harmony, of greater alignment for you. And so we see that there is potentially a physical moving on here with the King of Swords and the Chariot. So we have a strong sense of victory as well, which is great. I feel like you're the one that's going to be victorious in this situation, and you are moving on to something far greater. The Chariot talks about coming into alignment, being clear in your decision, you know, feeling aligned on the inside, and that's when we can move forward at pace. This Chariot here has a heavy stone chariot, but he only has a magician's wand to draw it with. There's no reins for these sphinxes, and those sphinxes stand for the duality, the opposition within us, the indecision, and all of those things. So there's a sense here that we need to make a clear decision. Right, I need to move on from this thing. This wasn't my opportunity. There's something else out there greater for me. Now I'm just going to move on. And it's that kind of, it's almost like cast a spell with the intention when you really make a clear decision, and that's when that stone chariot can be moved forward. And there's a sense here that maybe you need to leave home, leave a sense of comfort in order to gain the true new beginning that's waiting for you. So that can be obviously leaving home, could be the comfort of a relationship, the comfort of a job that served you well, or something like that. For some of you, there might actually be physical relocation as well to pursue the right new opportunity. So I feel like there was a false start, and now you're pursuing the real deal. Now the King of Swords tells me that you're going to have a sense of hindsight at the end of the week here, Saggy. It's about being able to see the big picture. It's about being able to see the full perspective, and look back and kind of connect the dots and understand maybe why things had to play out as they did. So that can kind of mean that there was a lesson to learn maybe in that false start. And now that you've learnt that, you can move on to the real deal. So that's what I'm seeing here. King of Swords again can be a communication. It can be a truth coming out that sort of gives you all the information you need to make a really strategic decision for yourself and move forward for the better. Both cards that indicate victory. The Ace of Swords also talks about victory. So I really feel, Saggy, that even though there might be that sense of disappointment that something didn't work out here, you are going to be the one that's going to be victorious in the end, because what you're moving towards is something that is far more aligned for you. And the key is this week is that to determine what isn't in alignment for you and moving on quickly from that, because then you get the chance to move towards what really does serve you. Okay, Saggy, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for everyone. I'm reading for a collective here. Leave me a comment if you feel called to share. I do read them all, and I try and respond to them all as well. It just helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I will see you back here next week at the same time for another weekly reading.